They may need a little extra time for game 162, but they got it done in 10 innings. Phillies get the win to close out the regular season with 96 wins. As we welcome you here to Phillies Postgame Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance, Amy Fiddle with Metallico, and Ruben Amaro Jr. And gentlemen, 96 wins, 55 at home. That is a franchise record. Also, Ricky, 35th series win. That's a franchise record.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, it was a really good year for the Phillies.
Yeah, it was.
There's no doubt about that. But, I mean, I don't know about you, but speaking for myself, I think this is just the beginning. I don't think this thing's going to end anytime soon. Knock on wood. There we go.
Yeah, we got a little wood down there.
But I just think it's just one of those things that was a preface to what's in front of us right now.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the appetizer, it's a pretty good appetizer right there with 96 wins. And I mentioned the 55 at home. Tom McCarthy talked about it. It's a great crowd once again on this final day. They always go out and support, and they saw 55 wins, 96 for their Phils.
Yeah, I mean, great energy all the time at CBP, and the thing that I love the most is the passion. I mean, there's the greatest fans on the planet, and there's no question about it. It's been like that. And you show this team, this city, that you want to win. You do the things that are necessary to win baseball games, and they will come and they will support. And that's exactly what they've done all year long. I know that the players in the clubhouse and in the dugout, they feel it, they sense it, it's palpable. It's the one city that actually believes, the fans actually believe that they can impact the game in some way, shape, or form, and they have done that for the Phillies. Hopefully they continue to do it through Red October.
Yeah, I think Kyle Schwarber said it best. What a time to be a Philadelphia sports fan, because it's been really, really fun. Of course, the undefeated Eagles, and then now they're heading into Red October. Pretty hot right now, 35 series wins.
I think that's one thing that you should always keep in your mind, is that he's out there to play baseball. Yeah. He's not out there to be the superhero. He's not out there to be everybody loves him or whatnot. But, I mean, he's there to play for the fans. That's what's for sure.
The thing that was really impressive to me is just to watch the overall at bat. He got to 2 strikes. And he just put the ball in play. So many times we've seen, the Phillies flail at pitches off the plate. This pitch was a tough pitch. It was off the plate. But he was determined to make contact. When you make contact, good things happen. Schmitty was talking about it. All you need is just a little flare in the middle of the field. You don't need a big, home run or what have you. He just threw the bat at it, made a little contact. And you're hopeful that that's the sort of thing that the Phillies will do during the course of the postseason, because flailing and missing, you got no chance. But if you put the ball in play and you make a little contact, you can make something happen. Hopefully it's a precursor to what they're going to be doing during the course of the postseason.
And it's kind of funny because I sit upstairs and Ruben and I sit next to each other. And my thing when the Twins were up there, I'm like, flailing away, not really trying to make contact, just swinging the bats as hard as you possibly can. That's not going to get a runner home from second base. And it's just very ironic that the Phillies come up next inning, they drop a nice little bunt down to third base by Weston Wilson, and all you got to do is really contact the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, the infield's
just
pulled
bring
in.
Him around.
If you hit it up in the air, it's a run.
And that's exactly what he did. And it had been a rough day for him. He was 0 for 3.
Yeah.
He had 2 strikeouts.
Well, there weren't many. They only had 3 hits.
Well, that's 3 is very important. He got the 3 hits the Phillies did, and that is quite the streak that they had been on that regard.
But that's exactly what I've seen out of him pretty much all year long. He got a little sideways, I think, one time in New York.
Yeah.
He came back from that and pitched extremely well. I think that the biggest asset that he has as he's grown through this season is his ability to handle his own emotions on the mound. And I just love what he's done. It's been a remarkable season, a Cy Young type season. And if Paul Skeens didn't have the year he had, I mean, look at these numbers. They're ridiculous. In this day and age, nobody throws 200 innings. Very few guys get 200, strikeouts, and the strikeout to walk ratio is enormous. And not to mention, no one talks about wins anymore, but man's got a 13-5 record. That's well over 700 percentage. It's a phenomenal season, and he had career highs in pretty much every category.
Starts, wins,
I mean,
ERA, innings, strikeouts.
Unreal.
Every category.
Castellanos said it right. He is a huge bargain for this club. For them to wrap him up for like $7 million a year over the next 4 years is insane, because he is worth way more than that.
2.50 ERA, 202 innings pitched, 212 strikeouts. 32 starts.
I mean, in all
It's
honesty, he reminds you a little bit of a Cliff Lee. I mean, that's a guy that would go into games. And if you notice, like, look at how rapid his games go when he's in the game, because he knows what he wants to do on each and every pitch. That tells me he learns after every game. He goes back to the videos, make sure he's studying the videos, and he has confidence in every pitch he's going to throw. A lot of guys, when they don't have confidence, it's a rain delay out there.
Oh, that's true. Well, there was a gentleman on this desk who acquired Cliff Lee not once, but twice. What do you think about the comparison right there?
I think the consistency has been remarkable for him. I mean, especially for a guy, and when you have guys like this, who's like 6'8" or 6'9", you got really long levers. It takes some time for those guys, particularly left-handers, to get themselves to the point where they can repeat their deliveries the way this guy repeats his delivery. Every once in a while, he'll cut his, change up, and he won't have the same consistency on the change up as far as the movement is concerned. But his ability to repeat and to throw with the same arm angle every single time, it's pretty amazing. And you saw that out of Cliff Lee. He was like a robot. But you see that happening with this guy, and he's got a lot more levers to deal with, man. This guy's 6'8", 6'9". He's got a lot of stuff to move around, and for him to be able to do that consistently is pretty amazing.
Keeps it awfully simple for his size.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget exactly how tall Cristopher Sanchez is. He's
a big boy.
Yeah, he is a big guy out there.
Listed at what, 6'1"?
He's listed at 6'2" or something.
Yeah,
like that.
6'2". He's standing next to him. There's no way. That is every bit of like 6'9". He is out. It looks like he should be playing for the Sixers, not so much the Phillies sometimes. But it was a fun one to watch for him and a great season. And the next time, as I mentioned, we will see him is Game 1 of the NLDS on Saturday. Let's go next level, brought to you by Ocean Casino and Resort. And we're looking at the 96 wins. That's the 6th most in franchise history. You can see where they stand. And the important thing is, for the last 7 seasons, they've gotten more wins every single year. They've started out 7 years ago, and they've built on it every single year. And you're seeing 96 right there, just a couple of shy of the 2000, just one shy, pardon me, of the 2010 Phillies, and of course the 93 Phillies, which we all remember as the World Series runners-up in that one. But 96 wins, really.
Sorry, Ruben just flashed me with some information that I'm smiling at. Go ahead, Ruben.
Oh, okay.
And New York Mets gone.
They're done.
They lost.
Bye.
4-0.
And
Round
so
ball,
it'll be
double
the
play,
Dodgers
Lindor.
or
So nobody has to worry about Citi Field.
There you go. So that's all. It's either Dodgers or the Reds. That is an epic collapse. That is truly remarkable.
Again.
They have a multi-million, a $500 million man. They have one of the highest paid salaries in all of baseball. And they missed the playoffs.
Not always about the money. It's
it could have happened to a nicer team.
And they were picked to win this division, obviously, and they just couldn't get it done. Now they suffered quite a few injuries, but for the Phillies to get to 96 wins with all the expectation that they had, I think that's really remarkable. And we talked about Topper in the beginning of the season. They had some changes. They had some, blips in the screen there for a while. And in the early part of the season, they weren't playing great baseball, but they came on strong late, and that's exactly what you wanted. Last year, they started off like, bandits, and then they slowed it up and really played 500 baseball later on. They're playing much better baseball later in the season. I think that they believe in themselves in a different way, and it could be a magical offseason.
It could be a lot of fun.
Especially this postseason, and I hope it happens for them.
Well, it'll be the wild card winner between the Dodgers and the Reds, so that's one to watch. No Mets. See you later.
He stayed healthy. He's going to be ready to go next Saturday.
You can see here he made history. He won the batting title, 304. He is the first Philly to win the batting title since 1958 when Richie Ashburn did it, which is remarkable. Remarkable. So congratulations.
It's amazing.
Right?
You know what?
Since 1958.
It's amazing.
I give a lot of credit to Rob Thomson. If you remember at the beginning of the year, Rob Thomson took him aside and said, I want you to hit 300. I want you to score 100 runs and steal 40 bases. Probably would have gotten to both
if he
hadn't gotten hurt. But he came close. But he did hit over 300. He ends up NL batting champion. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, 36 stolen bases and
94
runs. So he got very close to that. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. That is MVP type of numbers when you're looking at it for Trea Turner. But I think it was just good, for the rest of the team also to probably see him out there, just to get one of your core guys back, a guy that is a 300 hitter.
The other part about what he did, and you can, old dogs can learn new tricks. And what I've seen out of a guy like Trea Turner is that this guy became a plus defender. I mean, there was a question about whether he should be moved to the outfield, whether or not he'd be able to stay in, at shortstop and be a championship caliber shortstop. He has played a phenomenal shortstop for the entire year. Started off a little slow, but it got better and better and better, and was outstanding by every metric. I mean, I like to use my eyes as my metric, and to watch him become the type of defensive player that he became was really quite remarkable after being in the league for so long and making the adjustments with Bobby Richardson and getting to the point where he is a pretty darn reliable guy in the middle of the field. You start thinking about the middle of that diamond, how well they catch the baseball with Stott at second, and now Turner playing the way he has at short. It's a little bit like Kyle Schwarber making the adjustment against left-handers.
Agreed.
These older guys, more experienced guys, can learn things, then make adjustments, and that's a really cool thing to see. They're trying to get better. Those are championship-type players, and you got to tip your cap to these guys.
I know Rob Thomson does exactly that after his team picks up its 96th win of the season. Let's check in with Rob Thomson now.
Sanchez had a longer message than normal for him. What would you say to him?
I told him that about 44,000 people think I'm an idiot right now by taking you out, but we want to take care of him.
They went pretty much as scripted for you, I guess, right, as far as everything went?
Yeah, it really did, and not expecting to go extra innings, of course, but those guys did a great job, and Kirkering really encouraged by what he's done the last couple outings. Good. Yeah, he didn't feel anything. Felt good. Felt confident. Obviously, he was just taking it easy and under control, but he feels good about it. There was no message really, except that I just wanted to highlight some of the things that went on during the season that were really good and that we're not done yet. We got 11 more wins to take care of.
What did you think of Sanchez's evolution through the whole regular season, the way he pitched all year?
Well, it goes back a few years now, because just his stuff, the development of the changeup, his command, the power, the poise. He's a complete pitcher right now, and that's been an evolution over the last couple of years, really. But when wheels went down, we told everybody just be yourselves. It's good enough, and they were, and especially him. He didn't try to do too much. He just went out and did his business, and he's been really good.
In terms of accomplishments this year, you have the batting champ, the home run champ, and the RBI champ. What does that mean to you to have all those guys on the same team?
Yeah, it's great. We had 10 guys on the team with 10 home runs, so that's a pretty good balance. You get some guys that have more than others, but you have 10 guys that have 10 home runs. That's pretty special. And our rotation led in quality starts by a bunch. So really a lot of fun things to watch.
What did you think of that moment for Stubbs?
Oh, it's great. He's a legend. He really is. He's a legend. I love it.
In the last 2 days, even though I know these games didn't necessarily mean that much, do something for O'Rion's confidence, given how he pitched?
I'm sure it has. I mean, he was really good the last couple of games. And that's really, like I said, it's encouraging going into the playoffs.
What do you think has been the difference?
Just execution, pound on the zone, attacking, confidence.
Obviously, you would love to have Wheeler pitch a game one, but how good do you feel about your team's chances knowing that you have Sanchez as your game one starter?
Yeah, I feel good. I really do. He's pitching as good as anybody right now. He's a number one, and I feel good about that.
You think Wheeler will be in town for the playoffs?
I would think so, yeah.
Yes, I mean, they lost probably one of the, if not the best pitcher at the
Yep.
time in Zach Wheeler. They had these guys step up in a way that was uncanny. Not only did they pitch well, they pitched as well as they possibly could pitch. I mean,
Right.
they couldn't pitch much better. Suarez pitched great. Sanchez pitched great. Even Luzardo stepped forward. You had a couple of decent starts from Aaron Nola. His last start was excellent. That was huge for him. for these guys to have stepped up to, and when they lose a number, now think about it, how many teams can lose a number one starter and still have one of the better rotations in baseball still? Pretty amazing, and that's what's held them together pretty much all year long.
Yeah, it's been pretty remarkable to see everybody step up. Cristopher Sanchez leading that way. Let's check in now with Sanchez.
How good does it make you feel to have that kind of close that out and how good does it push it into the postseason?
Sí, ¿qué significa para ti? ¿Qué también te hace sentir tener este tipo de cierre para la campaña? ¿Y qué tanto te empuja o te motiva a ser mejor en la postemporada?
Bien, eso me mantiene bien porque me mantiene con la cabeza en alto y con buena vibra. Creo que pichar aquí en casa es lo mejor que me ha podido pasar en mi carrera y nada, seguir para adelante, seguir compitiendo y seguir enfocado como equipo.
It's great. I think it keeps me with my head high and with the good vibes. And as I always say, like I think that pitching here at home is one of the best things that have happened to me in my career. And it's just, about to keep going and keep pushing.
What was that moment like when he walked off the field and he gave a tip his hat, everyone was giving him a standing ovation? What was that like?
¿Cuál fue ese momento? ¿Cómo se sintió para ti cuando saliste del terreno? Te paras un poquito a recibir cariño a los fanáticos, a la ovación, le devuelves un poco de cariño haciéndole señales con la gorra a los fanáticos y todo. ¿Cómo fue eso para ti?
Eso es especial. Trato de darle lo que ellos me dan, que es mucho amor. Trato de hacerlo para atrás. Solo eso. Y yo se lo merezco.
It's special. It's really special for me, and it's just I try to give back what I receive from them, which is a lot of love. So it's that's what I try to do out there, and it's really special, and the fans deserve it.
Did Rob tell you before the game he was going to give you a chance to come up in the middle of an inning like that?
El manager te avisó antes del juego que te iba a dar un chance de sacarte en el medio de un inning así.
Sí, eso estaba hablado ya. Eso, hay buena comunicación en esa parte.
Yeah, we had already discussed that. Good communication on that end.
After one of those games, I mean, this guy really swung the bat very well in the second half because he got opportunities to play and play right field. He finally felt comfortable in his own skin. This is a guy who's never platooned in his life. Now he's platooning. He finally got used to it. He talked about it. He said it openly. It took him a while to make that adjustment. Once he sort of got it in his brain that he could do this, I think he really turned it on at the end of the year.
And the home run today came against a left-handed pitcher.
Second one.
Pretty
Just the
remarkable.
second one,
Just
yeah.
the second one of his 18.
Kind of ironic.
It is kind of ironic.
Isn't
We
it
got to
ironic?
check. Thank you for the Alanis Morissette reference. We appreciate that. Let's check in now with Trea Turner, who is the National League batting title winner.
Being back there and how did it feel and how you feel any cautious? You really go full bore?
No, just being smart. I mean, today I felt like I could have run harder than I did because I feel really good. Body feels good. The 5 innings felt good and swing feels good. So just more of just getting back out there, being smart and getting ready for Saturday.
Getting this one and finishing the season with a win, as you prepare now for the next step, just does it put a better, good bow to package like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think so because we could easily just cash it in today and not try it, or kind of gave up at the end and we kept fighting. So I think that says a lot about our team, and game that doesn't matter too much. We still want to win. We still want to compete. So good at bats by all the guys late. Kept hit that big homer. Nick had a good at bat as well. So pitching was great and it was a good team win.
Was there any moment during the game where you felt like you might have tested yourself a little bit? So you're like, all right, I feel.
Not really, to be honest, because I knew if I was going to hit a ground ball somewhere, I wasn't going to do anything stupid. Today was more about getting out there, just kind of feeling it again, and more about seeing pitches and being on defense. I didn't really get anything on defense, but the at-bats felt good, and I knew if I hit something, I wasn't going to be going crazy. I feel like I could have, but at the same time, I just was.
So like Saturday, if you had to run one to break up a double play or something,
yeah.
you can do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for sure. Every day for me is just about confidence, and we've done a good job. I feel really good. Last 2 days. Yesterday felt really, really good, and today felt good too. So wanted to get back out there, even if it was for a little bit, and get ready for Saturday. And the same thing for this week, just kind of preparing for that game and do what I need to and get with the training staff and all that, and we'll be good.
I was going to say, what does it mean to win a batting title?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think only one guy gets it in each league, which makes it tough. Can't vote on it, stuff like that. I think it makes it cool. I think the ERA title and the batting title are cool awards, and I think it just means you had a consistent year, a good year. It's hard to compete with 150 hitters or however many there are, and it's rewarding.
You've seen a lot of different versions of this team. I mean, in your mind, going into this October, what has you confident that this team can get it over the
Really the depth. I just feel like everybody's always contributing, whether it's defensively, pitching, offense. I just feel like the depth has been really good, and you don't know who it is it's going to be on each day, and I think that's a good thing. Obviously, everybody wants to be consistent. You want your big guys to do what they do, but at the same time, you need all 26 guys. So I think the last month we've shown that, and we've done a good job of that.
What did you guys learn last year during the bye, good or bad, that you'll use to apply this year?
I say it till I'm blue in the face. It's just an excuse one way or the other. So you got to show up, you got to win. I think Houston's had a bye for however many years, and they move on to the CS for however many years. So you either win or you don't.
How did you feel about Cristopher Sanchez? And what kind is he filling that void with the absence of Zach Wheeler?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we miss Zach, and I think everything's going good there. But we miss him on the field. But Sanchez stepped up big, and I think that was started last year. I think, or 2 years ago. I remember he might not have even pitched a playoff game for us, and now look where he's at now. So that just speaks to him. Continuing to get better, continue to work. This was a really special season for him, and we're lucky to have him because he saved us big time. And I know he's been good for last year and this year, but just to see his growth is huge, and he's special, man. You can talk to guys on the other team, and you just hear them talk about him, and I mean, we see it from our side, but when the other team's saying it, that it's a big deal. So he's been really good for us, and we're going to need him.
Do you have a sense why it's been so hard to hit 300 this season?
Yep. Everyone throws 100. Everyone has 6 pitches. Nobody knows where the ball's going. There's a lot of reasons. Defenses are way better than they ever been. If you're a defender now and you don't make plays, you get exposed. So to me, it makes a lot of sense. You can have an average pitcher throwing 95 and have 6 pitches, and you got to go up there and be ready for all of them. So I know why, but I don't know why nobody else does.
He may do that every at-bat anyways.
I mean, he's got 21 postseason home runs, so let's go ahead and add to that total, even if he didn't get to add to this total
Pretty good
today,
chance he
right?
does that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say he does at some point. But what a season for Kyle Schwarber, Ruben.
Just phenomenal, and the adjustments he made, most home runs against a lefty. I mean, he was one of the most prolific hitters against left-handers this year. That bodes well for them because they're going to face a ton of left-handers, because if they go with 2-3, as they've gone pretty much all year long with Schwarber and Harper, those opposing managers are going to flip those lefties against them, and I think they're going to have to make the adjustments and hit against them, and Kyle's done a great job of making that adjustment.
Yes, he has. Let's check in now with the guy who basically got the win for this team. That would be Nick Castellanos with the sacrifice in the 10th inning. Here he is in the clubhouse.
Get that win to kind of put a nice bow on a season. Just how important was it to stay with it as a team and get that win tonight?
I mean, every win is fun, man. Winning's a lot better than losing. Rob also said that I think it was like 35 series wins or whatever, which is a franchise record. That's pretty special.
When you look at this season, and you mentioned the series wins, what stands out for you in terms of this season from a team standpoint?
That we have a really good team. There's a lot of talented individuals from top to bottom.
Why do you think this team might be better suited to win a World Series this year, more capable maybe than the other 3?
Well, we're more experienced as a group, that's for sure, which I think really helps. We know what it feels like, we know what it sounds like, and experience is always going to be on our side. So I'd probably say that.
Is there anything you learned during the bye last week or last year that you can use during this week to kind of stay sharp?
I couldn't hear you with that.
Is there anything you learned during the bye week last year that you can kind of take in this year and maybe be sharper coming out of it as a team?
Well, I can't speak for the group. I think I'm just going to hash on what I said last year, which was I think just really take pride in your work and don't just do it lackadaisically, because 5 days or 6 days, whatever it is, without a game is a long time. So whatever each of us have to do, just have the mindset of doing it as best you can.
Do you like the bye week, or would you rather be active with games going through?
That's tough. I think obviously the bye, because we're closer to the World Series, but I think that if there was a way to like play competitive baseball but not have the outcome like knock us out, like we get the bye no matter what, I think that that's personally what I wish could happen. Probably not what everybody else would say, but I just know how important rhythm is and consistency to a game like baseball because of how difficult it is.